एक मिनट हाँ
ये केसी का नहीं पहन सकता
This is Star Cricket tournament, final. Your game? Your name? Royal Rangers, Shino. Star Cricket.
ready
Good morning, everyone. Today, Friday, the final match of the Star Cricket tournament. Here we are the two captains, Royal Rangers, Sino, and Star Cricket team, Zagid Boy, and one more we are the two umpires. My name is Janish, and then Rahim. So we are going to the toss now. Who'll, Rahim, you'll start the toss. Who'll ask? So, Sino calling the toss. With the coin. Ship. So Sino won the toss for so you are batting or bowling?
Yeah, we will tell you. 1 minute, okay?
Okay, there we are waiting for this one. So toss win for that. Royal Rangers, Sino. So we'll stay on. Okay.
Thank you.
So a very good morning, dear viewers. Welcome to the Star Cricketers Championship Season 16 Grand Final, where the Star Cricketers take on the Royal Rangers from the TFC ground, Riggae. And as you can see, the live streaming is powered by BENCREATIONS, alongside me, Jayson, the commentator for the entire match. As a little while earlier, we had the two captains alongside the umpires for the toss for the Royal Rangers. It was Shino and Star Cricketer Zahid. And it was the Royal Rangers captain Shino who won the toss. He has elected to, bowl first. So winning the toss, wanting to bowl first, putting the Star Cricketers to bat. And the two batters have already made their way out to the centre, Mohsin and Sarwanan. And Shakibul Hasan is going to be the man with the ball in hand. And all set and ready, the match officials are ready, the players are in their positions. Right arm over the wicket for Shakibul Hasan. And all set and ready. The umpire says play. Here we go. Ball number 1 on your way. That's right up in the air. Chance. No one bounce. The fielder was coming in, from the extra cover region. Couldn't quite get there. It would have been a big wicket for the Star Cricketers to lose early on. And you wouldn't want to start, with a wicket. Onside this time around. An appeal there slightly, but retracted from the bowler himself. Oh, 3 dots in a row. The pressure is building on Mohsin. So far, so good from Shakibul Hasan. He's kept it in those right areas. 4 dots, is unable to get past anyone. Mohsin has got to find a way. He cannot consume those dot deliveries. It's a 16 over game. So finally he's off the mark. The ball was running away. The fielder was able to stop that one. They come back easily for a couple. So 2 runs added to the scoreboard. A quick single there. So with that, the first over has been done. That's 3 runs from that over. A good one from Shakibul Hasan. The Star Cricketers shall look to kind of get those runs in the overs to come. So Sandeep is now going to be the man coming in. Right arm over the wicket for the second over of the game. There's still Mohsin on strike. That's right up. 1 bounce. But a quick single that's been taken. So far, no boundary yet. But Sarwanan will be on strike for the first time. He's a good batter, Sarwanan. If he can, connect those shots, then surely they'll be go flying. important on how he approaches. And his approach will determine the way the first couple of overs will go. The field remains unchanged though. There are two men back in the deep on the onside. Square like a mid wicket. It's left arm round the wicket, beg your pardon. It's up in the air. Again the fielder trying. Oh, the throw had been good enough. He was struggling, Mohsin. A direct wicket could have sent him back in the dugout. But they'll manage to get that single. So with that, the runs are moving ahead. 5 runs on the board. But also it's about partnership and how quickly they can bang on to that 50-run mark, the star cricketers. That's a good shot. And that should be a boundary. It will be. The fielder doesn't bother running for it. And that's a wonderful hit altogether. So Mohsin gets in the frame, getting himself that boundary, which was really crucial for the motivation to continue getting those runs. It was on the offside and then squeeze it away. So the first boundary for the star cricketers. Oh, that's a good one. That was set up right by the bowler Pradeep, and Mohsin whacks it away on the onside. Just a shuffle on the off, and then big is mighty. So that is not looking good for the Royal Rangers. 10 runs in those 2 deliveries, and Sandeep, is going to make sure that he does well, because that is not at all what he would have expected. 12 runs of just those 4 deliveries. Now the pressure is on the bowler and on the Royal Rangers. Mohsin is confident after getting the boundary and a 6. And that's a miss. Wanted to play the uppercut. Or slice the ball, in fact. Hasn't quite managed to get any bat to it. That's the way he would attempt it in the previous occasion. 1 bounce here towards the boundary region. So the cut that comes in, slicing it hard. The ball was outside off. And good enough for Mohsin to whack that away for another boundary. It's an expensive over from Sandeep. 16 runs coming off it. 2 overs have been done. It's 19 for no loss for the star cricketers. Shakibul to continue.
Opposite team होगी वो स्टार टीम होगा
So Mohsin in the previous over got those 4 6s and boundaries. Here he must be confident here, starting against once again against Shakibul, who kind of didn't quite let him get those runs. Just 3 runs in that first over. I think that he's bowling well, but this time he plays it on the onside. The fielder tried to get the ball. He stops it well. They come back for the second. That's good running between the wickets. The moment he played that shot, he screamed for the second to come in, and that is what the result is. They got that bound, got that 2. But the good part about Shakibul is that he's kind of bowling in that line and length, keeping it pretty much straight in front of the wickets. Again, using the pace of the bowler, guiding it towards third man region. There was none, and he manages to get that boundary. That's been really sensational now from Mohsin, except those first 5 deliveries that he played in the first over. He's been superb in the remaining deliveries that he spent. 20 runs on the board, or 24 in fact, with that boundary to come by for him. in just those 13 deliveries. What an amazing amount of runs that are coming in for Mohsin. Really a great shot. He's got to do better. Wanting to go on the onside, misses it. Mohsin. Now that's the usual route that he goes. The boundary first to set that up, and then a mighty six. Getting the over on a high. Well, that's a good bouncer. One for the over. So that's a good comeback, I would say, from Shakibul. And after conceding that boundary, though it was also a no ball, that's been indicated. So there was a free hit the very next delivery. Bowling in those bouncers pretty well. And the last delivery of the over number 3. This time he connects. The fielder's out there, but he's wide. And he might not be able to get there. So that's going to be another boundary for the Star Cricketers. Mohsin got the ball just a back of length. And he knew where the fielder was. So played it right away from him, getting himself that another boundary. So with that, the 3 overs have been done. It's 31 for no loss for the Star Cricketers. Mohsin is leading the runs, 20 out of 17 with 4 boundaries and a 6. There's a bowling change. Sandeep has now been replaced. It's Gokul Kaimal, who's now been given the ball in hand. He's coming left arm over the wicket to the right hander. He's one of, kind of the ball will be pitching on the leg stump region or just outside leg. Most of his deliveries. That's a good one there, but there's a fielder back in the deep. So it should just be that single for Sarwanan. I think that he's playing the anchor role. Because he's seen that Mohsin is kind of getting in those runs from the other end. So this is where he's decided that he'll just go for the ones and twos that are possible and try to give the strike as much as possible back to Mohsin. One bounce straight towards the fielder. Plays that fine, There's a fielders going for it. Don't think that they will stop it. Though they don't. Mohsin continues his run form. Getting in that run again. That boundary comes in. And the score is moving up for the Star Cricketers. Mind you, they were asked to bat first. And Mohsin is quietly leading those runs. With another boundary coming by. And a bit of a trouble for Gokul. The first 3 deliveries were superb. But then that boundary spoils it all. He has 2 more deliveries now to negotiate a try and stop those runs. Let us see what he decides to do. As we are in the match, you can see the sun rising right in front of us. What an amazing view. we've had here, or we currently have, the temperatures will rise. It's right now 35. Let's play that on the on. There's a fielder there again. It's wide of him. Another boundary. That's back-to-back boundaries for Mohsin. He's getting closer to his half century. He's 36 now on the board in this 20 deliveries. My goodness, the star cricketers have come in with a bang because they wanted to win this match. They are in the finals, yes. The Royal Rangers deciding to bowl first have so far not been able to control Mohsin, neither pick up a wicket as the runs are flowing by. The projected score is 166, but you know that will be corrected as we go about further in this game. That's up high. Is that going to be a maximum? Yes, it will be. He's just getting better, Mohsin. This time the ball pitched middle and leg, and he scooped it away on the onside. Oh my goodness, the star cricketers are marching ahead. Mohsin is on 42. You know, with that, the end of the over, 4 overs to be completed, 46 without a wicket for the star cricketers. So we kind of had that quick drinks break here, and with that another bowling change has been implemented. Shino has now been asked to come in. Gokul, 15 runs in that first over that he got. Now it's going to be Shino. Let's see what he does. They're 1 on strike. And as we know, he might just get a single and be on the other side. He hasn't far, gotten too many deliveries to face. 21, he runs the first one hard. And he'll be happy to watch things from the non-striker's end. So 21 deliveries faced by Mohsin, just 4 from Sarwanan. That tells you the approach and the mindset of both the batters. The other one is just looking to anchor the innings. Banged in shot, using the bounce from the bowler, but he couldn't quite put that away from the third man fielder. He was stationed there in the position, so the bouncers will come in. And he's shown that very early on from ball number 1 against Mohsin. Shinoaku. He has that pace. There's a fielder back in the deep. So only a single. There's no one inside the circle. Everyone is back in the deep. So now the boundaries will be a bit more difficult to come. Again, using the bounce and the pace of the bowler away from third man. Is it? Looks like it is. So that's the boundary. Manages to cut the boundary in the first, the previous occasion. He just found the fielder. But this time around, the boundary will come in. So with that, the runs keep going ahead. They reach past the 50-run mark as a team. The star cricketers on 53 now. And Mohsin is on 47, 23 with 7 boundaries and 2 sixes. They've put everyone back in the deep. They have 4 men in fact on the onside. Deep backward square leg, deep square leg. There's almost the deep mid wicket, long on. On the offside, you have a long off. There'll be easy ones and twos for sure because the fielders are back in the deep. That's a misfield. And because of that, they managed to come back for the second. That's good running between the wickets. So just one run away from his half century, Mohsin. A strike rate of 204. That's amazing. That's played well, but straight towards the fielder. Only a single with that. That's the half century for Mohsin. 50 of just 25 deliveries. The strike rate of 200. When he started the first 5 deliveries, he wasn't quite able to get those runs. But then the second over that he started off, he hasn't stopped so far. Getting in those boundaries, getting in those sixes. 7 boundaries, 2 sixes in his innings so far. And because of that, his team has now moved on to 56 at the end of those 5 overs. So start of another over. Mohsin on strike. That's up in the air. The bowler going for it. And that's been taken. So the innings of Mohsin finally comes to an end. Wanting to get another boundary. Riaz comes into the attack. A bowling change. And then he picks up that wicket. So with that, some relief for the Royal Rangers of those runs that were going by against them. 56 for the loss of a wicket. And that's the happiness. Everyone back in the deep on the boundary line was stationed, and look at that, they are coming to congratulate him because that important was that wicket of Mohsin who departs for a well-played 50-26. Just too early with that shot, and that was the reason that he couldn't quite, put that one away and hand it straight towards that fielder. Not to the fielder, the bowler himself. He ran for it because all the fielders, as I said, are back in the deep. So it was only him who could have taken that catch, and he eventually did. Riaz. Keeps it straight. On the offside. Wanting to go for another one. Doesn't quite get there. So 57 for the loss of a wicket. For the star cricketers. The Royal Rangers. Trying to now get the game back in, will pick up a wicket. And Hamid Ansari, the new batter who came in, replacing Mohsin. That could have been a chance for the keeper away from him. That run away toward the boundary, and with that, Saravanan also now starts getting in those runs. And the very first delivery after the wicket of Mohsin. And just managed to play that past the keeper for a boundary. So they get the boundary which they require every over. As per the calculations that we've seen the star cricketers going about their business in the first innings. They don't stop no matter a wicket falls. One batter will take the charge and the other will play the anchor innings and then keep that cycle rotated. And then once they're closer towards the end of the innings, that's when both the batters go full Monty. Good one from the bowler, Riaz. Keeps it straight this time. No chance or anything for Sarwanan to go away. That's the full toss on the offside. The fielders converging. They don't manage to stop the ball. That's poor fielding in the deep. That should have been stopped. There were two fielders back in the deep there. One of them should have gone to stop that ball, but eventually they don't. And with it, another boundary comes in. So back-to-back boundaries for Sarwanan, getting in those runs. And as I said, the star cricketers know when to change the role. And now Sarwanan is in the lead of getting in those runs. 65 runs on the board. We have one more delivery left to end that over number 6. Plays that on the off. Straight towards the fielder back in the deep. And with that, it's a single. So 6 overs completed. 6 overs have been done. It is 66 for the loss of a wicket. So there we are, the star cricketers, into that over number 7. We have 10 more overs to come by to finish off the innings. There's another bowling chain that's been introduced. Now there's Shah Khan who comes into the attack. Let us see what Shah Khan has up his sleeve to start off. He's played that uppercut. That's on a bounce. There'll be a fielder who will cover that up. In spite of having all those fielders back in the deep, they still managed to get the boundaries here. In terms of the start, in terms of the runs that they have, that's so far so good. And as we speak, they have 10 overs, maybe 90 or 100 runs from that can get them to 160 easily. Shouldn't be a problem. Not quite ready there. Hamid Ansari. It's pulled back at the last moment. Shah Khan right arm over the wicket. This time the keeper was not ready. Kind of a false starts. Down the leg side, wide called. Have that connected from the batter, Hamid Ansari would have been flying for a maximum He has pretty much this power behind the shots. That's running away. That's the boundary. A powerful shot. The fielder long off had to cover a lot of ground, but unfortunately he doesn't quite manage to get there. And with that, it's going to be another boundary for the Star Cricketers. They're managing to get a boundary every over, and this time it's coming from the bat of Hamid Ansari, who just faced a delivery, and then the very next one decides to get that boundary there. A good one. The fielder could have stopped it. Not that it was too difficult to stop that delivery, but should have kind of had that attempt been made. So the Royal Rangers are not quite been able to stop the runs or pick up those regular wickets, except one of Mohsin. But a good next delivery from Shah Khan, right in the block hole. Play there on the onside. They're looking for the second. They run the first one hard. They're going to go back for the second. Mohsin won. Hamid Ansari got one test and one and was ready for it. But the good call and a sensible call from Hamid Ansari not to go back, because we'd have been on the danger end. And the last thing you want to lose wickets. They're in a very comfortable position, the Star Cricketers, so they don't want to give away a wicket and then kind of have a new batter facing in those dot deliveries. So they will keep this partnership going, let's say, for the next 4 or 5 overs, and then see where the situation takes them. Again, the call is for 2. So 100 runs hard. The fielder will come around it. Hamid Ansari being sensible again, rejecting the second. That's only a 1. He hits that powerfully, but the long on should cut it off. The timing is all the key, because if there's no timing, then hitting the shots powerful doesn't quite make a lot of sense. So with that, it's going to be the end of the 7 over. That's 75 for the loss of a wicket. So, there's been a change. So, Sarwanan is kind of retired. I think he was not quite feeling that those runs there coming in from his bat the way we would have expected. But, very sensible enough to kind of give that one away. And though he got 2 boundaries, but, not his usual best. So, the parts for a 16 of 12, though he can come back, but it's retired. Hurt, probably. If he's retired hurt, he can come back. If he's retired out due to exhaustion or anything, then he cannot come back, to bat. So Shinu, the captain, will come back. 10 runs in his first over. So there we have, the bowling change. It's Shinu who comes in again. And Nayab Chogle comes onto the crease. And straight away, that's going to be a boundary for Hamid Ansari. We got that ball right in the slot. Shinu decides to give that one away. And this has been the problem for the Royal Rangers. They are not managing to stop those boundaries. The ball was right there for Hamid Ansari, and he made sure that he walks it away from that fielder back in the deep. So let's move on to 79, the score. And that was a boundary first up. The very first delivery, so Shinu will be under pressure. Keeps it straight on the off. Oh, that's played well. This time he connects. The very first delivery, he comes in here. And Nayab Chogle kind of smacks that away for a 6. And he's smacking the captain of the Royal Rangers. This time the ball was right in the length. And they was able to pick that one up really well. Nayab Chogle. Oh my goodness. Now the star cricketers are showing that why they are, one of the best teams in the tournament. What a beautiful hit. Wants to go again. This time he's not well connected that. The fielder, no, he does. He does connect that well. That's another 6. So back-to-back 6s. I thought for a moment that the fielder in the deep had a chance. But it didn't quite look like that he had any because that ball was struck with some power. Though not quite, you would say in that full confidence of the timing. But the power made sure that he took it along for a maximum. So they're looking at a big score to chase the Royal Rangers. The scoreboard moves on to 92 for the loss of 2 wickets. That is even better. That is further away. 3 6s in a row from Nayab, and that's the reason why Saravanan was asked to retire it out, because he wasn't quite connecting the way they would have wanted the star cricketers. The captain Zahid for sure. And what a decision to get Nayab in against the captain of the Royal Rangers, Shinu. That breaks the confidence, the morale of the opposition, because if your captain has been whacked, then surely it rips on to the others as well. Can he get another 6? He goes again. What a beauty. 4 6s in a row for Nayab. And with that 6, they get past the 100-run mark, the star cricketers. Shinu is devastated with what has happened in this over. It has literally put the Royal Rangers in the line of danger now of losing this match, because they are looking at a big score to chase. Mind you, 8 more overs to come. We are just done with half the overs in the first innings, and the projected score tells us 208. What an over that has been. What a clean hitting it has been from Nayab Chogle. And we'll see more of him as we get through those remaining overs, but looks like there's a quick drinks break in the center.
बैट्समैन का नाम क्या है?
कमेंट्री भी चल रही है, ऐसे चल रही है.
So there we are with that, the Star Cricketers Championship Season 16. 8 overs have been done. And it's 104 on the board. Hamid Ansari and Nayab Chokli, the two batters, are out there in the centre. And with that, the boundaries will keep coming in. The fielder will stop it. And it's, Dhananjayan who comes into the attack. Dhananjayan, right arm round the wicket. Full toss to Nayab. He manages to hit that one. The fielder cannot stop it. That's a no ball, yes. And that's also going to be a boundary. So that is 5 runs to add to the scoreboard. Nayab Chogle is not quite, stopping those runs, getting those runs. This time it was a bouncer almost. Sorry, a full toss almost above the waist. And that is the reason that it has been given as a no ball. So the first warning also to be given by the umpire to Dhananjayan because of that delivery. It was kind of aggressive enough, dangerous enough. So he moves on. Nayab Chogle to 28. So that's a free hit. All the license in the world that he has to go about. All the fielders are back in the deep even when they take the catch. It will not matter. There's a quicker one. Didn't quite go early with that shot, but will only manage to get that single. So 111 runs on the board. So the free hit not resulting in a lot of runs. That's on the offside. There's a fielder back there who'll stop it comfortably. Has that been going away? No, there's a fielder back, so it's only going to be a single. So that was a good delivery, the Nanjan, except that no ball that he gave away. So far, so good. He's kept the batter in check with his line and length. It's been intending to come around the wicket. And this time, that's Hamid Ansari on strike. That's a good shot. One bounce. The fielder as well in the deep. That was going very quickly towards that fielder. Manages to get his body behind the line of the ball and stop it from going to the boundary region. So that is a good effort. Only a 1 with it. Hamid Ansari. It's going to be on strike. That's going to be Nayab. It's going to be on strike. End of those 9 overs. The scoreboard is 115 for the loss of 2. And that's the boundary, the first one that comes in for Nayab Chogle. Again, what a good shot that is from the star cricketer's batter. Starts off getting away those runs, and this time again Shah Khan, who comes into the attack. The first over that he went for, close to 9 runs, and was instrumental, or was hopeful to now stop those runs, but it was Nayab Chogle who wants to try to spoil all those chances. Here he's ready. He goes again. This time looks like that's going to be a maximum. That's away. That's far. That is a 6. This man is simply amazing, Nayab Chogle. The runs are coming in. I think the star cricketers are going to get more than 220 Royal challenges. The Royal Rangers did a big mistake in taking to, have the opportunity to bowl first and put the star cricketers to bat, because literally what a batting performance it is. First from Mohsin, and now from Nayab. Both the batters have literally propelled up the score. Now it's 10 runs of those 2 deliveries. The pressure is on Shah Khan. Let us see what he manages to do in the next 4. He's 9 runs away from his half century. He's only faced 10 deliveries, 2 boundaries and 5 sixes. A mammoth strike rate of 410. He goes further away. This is 6. Number 6 moves on to 47. Is someone gonna stop this batter? Because the way he's going about his business, it doesn't look like at all. Nayab Chogle in the finals of the Star Cricketers Championship Season 16 has decided to show the impact of his game. What an opportunity, and what a striking, what a brave decision also to ask Sarvanan to retire out and let Nayab Chogle take, the crease. And since then, he hasn't stopped at all. He's going about those 6s every now and then. And this time here, it's 2 6s in a row. So it's all set and ready. Ball number 4. Here comes Shah Khan. Right over the wicket. Has he gone for 6? That is 6 number 3 of the over, and with that he gets to his half century in style. What a way to bring up his half century in just 12 deliveries. This man, all the teammates are up in applause for his performance, because this guy has literally blown the Royal Rangers, away from this match. 7 sixes is what he's got in this inning so far. 2 boundaries, and the strike rate, just don't speak about it, because he moves on to 53 of those 12 deliveries. So half century in style, the fastest that I have seen. Had he got a couple of more opportunities, he took that singles there, but other than this, he has literally blown the Royal Rangers away. None of the bowlers are able to identify where to pitch the ball, which length to maintain, because he has chosen to go for it all. He's in real pressure, Shah Khan. Boundary of the first delivery, then consecutive 6s, 3 6s in a row. Wanted to go again, he missed it. That's the line. Keep that ball outside off, away from the reach of the batter, from the natural hitting arc that Nayab Chogle has. With that, the last delivery to come by of the over number 10. The fielder, 1 bounce towards the fence. So that's it. A good way to end the over number 10. And with that, another boundary coming by. So 141 is what the score is at the end of those 10 overs. 6 more overs to come by, and 6 more overs of partnership to be seen from Nayab Chogle and Hamid Ansari. There we have the star cricketers back in action. You know, the next 6 overs, and this time it's Hamid Ansari who's going to be the man on strike. It's Riaz who went for 10 runs in his first over. Has been asked to come in again and continue. Got that wicket. That's up in the air. He's going to get another wicket. The fielder didn't quite go for it. That's a couple of bounces. You know, Riaz was instrumental in getting the wicket of Mohsin. Now Kenny managed to pick up the wicket of Nayab Chogle, who's been the kind of the concern for the Royal Rangers because of the way he's gone about his business. 57 of 14 deliveries with 3 boundaries and 7 sixes, a strike rate of 400 plus. That is sensational hitting from this batter. He's gone. By the fielder or the bowler who's going for the keeper can go for it, and he's dropped it. So Nayab Chogle gets a live direct hit also. That could have been a chance, but there's a backup that's available, so not an issue. So 144 for the loss of 2. Has gone on the on. The fielder, they're back in the deep. They're going back for the second. That's good running between the wickets. That is some good running between the wickets. 146 for the loss of 2 now. Full toss. You can't bowl full toss to this batter. And that will be the result of it, because that has been a good shot again. And that's one bounce towards the fence. So Nayab Chogle doesn't quite stop. You know, whenever he got the opportunity, he managed to get those runs, and a couple of runs there. And then a boundary that eventually comes in. So 150 up on the board because of that boundary. They have 2 more deliveries left to end that over number 11. Is that down the leg side? Or is it up over the stumps? The umpire hasn't quite given that as a wide. Short delivery there, but he manages to put that away as well, Nayab Chogle, and that's a maximum. So the good connection, good timing on the location made sure that it goes up and over for a 6. So 11 overs have been completed, 156 for the loss of 2. The man Nayab is on 71 of 19 with 4 boundaries and 8 sixes. That's Nayab. That's gone up and over the fielder back in the deep. He doesn't quite manage to take the catch. That should have been taken. That's one bounce towards the fence. Nayab Chogle into the act. He continues. That should have been taken. The fielder messing it up. Jumping up high in the air when wasn't required. It is Dhananjayan who's going to be the bowler in. Comes into the attack. Ahmed just taking that single as usual. And Nayab Chogle went for it. That's one bounce, yes, towards the fence. So 161 that is. So moves on to 75 of 20. Nayab Chogle. That's boundary number 5 for him. And straight away the fielders have been changed. The long on moves to long off the fielder. On the offside this time around, should be taken this time. It's been dropped again. What is happening? This is pure comedy. In the center, as if they want Nayab to get to his 100 runs mark. That was the easiest catch that they could have taken. The fielder set that up really well, but then he went for it and literally got misguided, and off it goes towards the boundary. So he moves on to 80, almost 80, 79 to be precise, of 21 deliveries with 6 boundaries and 8 sixes. It's 21 runs away from a century. The full toss, but only a single. The outside edge, the fielder back at third man. Just that one. Oh, that was meant to be hit for Nayab. That was a slow one by Dhananjayan. He missed it, but he'll get that single. So with it, that's 12 deliveries done. 12 overs done, beg your pardon. And with it, it's 168 for the loss of 2. So another over, and Nayab continues his form, and he continues getting that maximum. This time that's Riyas who comes in again, and he's been smashed for another maximum. Oh my goodness, this man Nayab Chogle is determined to get to his century, and he was gifted 2 chances by those fielders. One when he hit that at long on, the other when he hit that at the deep extra cover region. So with it, he's 13 runs away, and the projected score It's 230. He might get more than this. The star cricketers. Feels like that's a one-sided game, and at least in the batting performance. Because if you're gonna chase 220, 200 plus in any run chase, that's really a disaster for the chasing side, especially in the finals where even the nerves are gonna be in question. So with it here, we see how we move ahead. There's 5 more deliveries, and then 3 more overs to come. He might not get that boundary, will only get a single. He's happy with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a play and a miss from Hamid. You know, he's been silent in the last 5 or 6 overs. He hasn't quite gotten the opportunities, because whatever opportunities were favor that was given to Nayab Chogle, and he managed to grab that with both hands. Moving on to 88 of 25 with 9 sixes and 6 boundaries. That's a good shot from Hamid this time. That's another 6. But this is for Hamid. What a beautiful shot. Moves on to 181 the score for the star cricketers. Both the batters are piling up those runs, and that has been a concern right through for the Royal Rangers. They've only managed to pick up 2 wickets. So literally the middle order hasn't even seen any ball. But the top order continues to do the damage. There's 181. That's down the leg side. That's been given as a wide. Have to bowl that one again. That's gone. That's further. That was a good shot because the ball was given back of length. Well set up for the batter. And it just played across the line. Up and over the fielders. Oh my goodness. The star cricketers are literally adding on to those runs. They don't seem to stop at all. I wonder what can the Royal Rangers do to try and stop those runs. But I think even if they stop those runs, the score is so much that's been put up on the board that a run to come and to chase that target, even if we stop the match right now at this very moment, is going to be really very tough for them, because the star cricketers also possess a good bowling lineup. So this is where the score is 188 now on the board for the loss of those 2 wickets, and there's 1 more delivery to come by. Riaz has also been expensive. We'll have 3 more overs. So 30 more runs, so 233 is easily on the cards. He's gone again. That's going to be another 6. Yes, that's our maximum. So what a way to end that over number 13. 194 for the loss of 2 sixes for Hamid Ansari as well. He said why would he want to see the action only from the other end. He also decided to get into the firework. Moves on to 36 of 17, with 2 boundaries and 3 massive sixes. So there we are now with it. 13 overs done. 3 more overs to come by. Nayab will continue with this performance here. What a shot that is. Once again, getting in that maximum. The very first delivery of the over. And the non-giant now has been hammered He's been hammered continuously, but here on the very first delivery, he has gone for a maximum. So he's 6 runs away. Nayab Chogle to kind of get to his 100-run mark. He's 20 for 26, 10 sixes. This was his 10th six. He's already had 4 boundaries, 6 boundaries, 10 sixes. Together packing up just 84 runs. And imagine he's run only 10. And the rest are all in boundaries and sixes. Oh, that's not the way he would have liked to go. Goes on the off, looking for the second. He'll run the second. I don't think that he should have taken that risk because he's very close to getting to his 100-run mark. I wonder why he would want to take the risk and coming back for the second. A better throw from the fielder would have literally kept him in danger. As a team, they've crossed now the 200-run mark. They're 202. And we will see 2 more overs to come by post these 4 deliveries. And that's a wide. Initially gave that off as not as a wide, but then been given that as a wide here. The bowler is not quite happy, but the umpire says that the bowler was within the line of his view. He's asked the bowler to go wider once the ball has been bowled. Again looking for the second, they go back. Risky chance at the non-strikers end. This time should have always targeted the strikers end. The non-striker Ahmed, it was his call to go back for the second. So moves on to 98. Nayab Chogle. That's another wide. So here comes, this could be the delivery to get to his 100. That is being a no ball. Yes, that was literally very high enough. Dhananjayan with his approach and kind of bowling in that bouncer kind of gives that full toss, and that was way high. So that is now a chance, a safe chance for Nayab to get to his 100 without having the pressure of being caught in the deep. Let us see what he does. 3 more deliveries left. The field cannot change. They'll have to keep the same field. Here he comes, run around the wicket. He shuffles across Nayab, and he goes on the onside, but they're straight towards the fielder. So it's only going to be a run. So it's still not off. The danger mark. They go back for the second. That has been not good enough from the fielding side here. And with that, that's 100 comfortable runs for Nayab Chogle. What an innings from this man. 100 runs of 30 deliveries with 6 boundaries and 10 sixes. A strike rate of 333. What an innings. Literally has blown this match in the favour of the star cricketers. Mohsin set that up very well, getting in that quick 550, but here the next 100 runs have been packed up very well, and this partnership literally has produced the runs. He goes up in the air. There's one bounce, I think, towards the fielder. They will not come back for the second. In the previous occasion, the misfield costing them the second, but here they're safe. So one more delivery left. This match has taken a lot of time to get or come towards the end. We still have 2 more overs to come by though, and that's all because of the number of runs that have been added to the board. On the off, and that is a 6. Ahmed getting in that mighty. What a way to end that over number 14. So 216 for the loss of 2. And 2 more overs still to come by. And that has been taken, so that's going to be the end of the innings for Nayab Chogle. Walked around the offside, up in the air, and this is a wicket for Shakibul Hassan, who was brought back, after those 2 overs. Wanted to go the other way around, on the off, much higher, but then the keeper doing the job, the miscued shot. So with it, a fine innings from Nayab comes to an end just when things were coming to an end for the star cricketers, but they've have a good score on the board. 216 for the loss of 3 now. And the keeper doing the good job. It was high up in the air and had to take that catch because otherwise the runs would, in 20-30 runs, are destined to come in.
कर रहा है ये लफड़ा। अब इतना बड़ा टेबल रखना चाहिए।
So after a brief discussion out there in the center between the umpires, the teams, and we have begun, further in the game to almost kind of finish out the first innings, which has taken a lot of time. There's going to be Hamza now who walks into the center, and it is going to be Hamid, Ansari, who's on 42. They go back and they get another one. Nayab Chogle was caught by Sachu. 32 in 101 runs. Literally, this man was getting in those runs. Again, a no ball now, and that's going to be a free hit. Shakibul Hassan kind of giving the free hit now. And Hamid Ansari, the man that's wide, so the free hit will continue. So nothing is going right for the Royal Rangers. It's part of picking up wickets. A wicket, not wickets. That's only they picked up 3 so far. But again, the idea is to kind of finish off this innings completely. It's taken a very, very long time, and this is where the star cricketers as well as the Royal Rangers want to get done with this innings. We have only one more over to come by with these 4 deliveries. We will not get that boundary. There's a fielder at long off. We'll come around it. Should just be that single, and yes, it is. Just the one. That's right, up in the air. The keeper should go for it. He takes it, so that's going to be the end, of the innings of Hamza, because he wanted to go on the onside. The situation demanded that he go on the onside, and he went for it. Unfortunately, hands that wicket to the bowler, and the keeper takes the comfortable catch. So with that, the last delivery to come by of that over number 15. And the last delivery, that's gone up, right up in the air. That's going to be a maximum. Yes, it will be. That's up and over, literally, of that fielder. So getting in that 6 to end the over number 15, 228 is the score. We have down to the last over of the first inning. Shailesh Kumar Yadav is going to be the man, who got the 6. And now there's going to be Hamid Ansari on strike for the last over of the first innings. Let us see how much more they add, but this is a great score to come and defend for the star cricketers. Oh, that's gone. Wanted to go there. Kind of. Chance at the keeper's end. Could have had a shot at the non-striker's end itself. It didn't quite. It's a quick single. Dhananjayan to bowl the final over. And with the first one was the six. So with that, Hamid Ansari is on the last delivery. Hamid Ansari just getting that single here. And now he's at the other end, watching the action on the non-striker's end, whereas Shailesh Kumar Yadav was the batter who got. Shailesh Kumar Yadav was the man who got that maximum. The last delivery of that previous over. That's right, up in the air, a fielder underneath it, he takes it, so that's the catch. A wicket for Dhananjayan, wicket number 5 for the star cricketers to lose, and that has kept Hamid Ansari, at the non-striker's end. It's an easy one for the fielder back in the deep, and Dhananjayan, good line, good length. Nothing given for the batter to go away for a maximum. So there's a new batter who's on strike now, Zayed Ansari. And what Dhananjay will look to do is try and keep Zayed Ansari on strike and not quite let him get the single. But Hamid Ansari would want that to be on strike. 3 more deliveries left to end the over number 16. They go for that single as Hamid wanted the strike. They'll steal in that bye. .230 on the board. 230 for the loss of 5. That's gone on the onside. The fielder is out there. He might take it, and he takes the catch. So Hamid Ansari is eluded of his half century, departs to 45 of 22 deliveries. That's wicket number 2 for Dhananjayan. He's been expensive, but he's picked up some wickets as well. Shakibul Hasan, I would say the pick of the bowlers, 2 wickets, 27 runs in his 3 overs, the economy of 9. So the new batter for the last delivery of the over number 16. Well, that's a good shot, though it's only high up in the air. The fielder coming underneath it, and he takes the catch. So the score will remain the same. That's going to be 230 at the end of the 16 overs. It was the new batter, Jayson, who comes in. He got that delivery right there, went up and over, but handed in the deep. So with it, the first innings is done for the Star Cricketers. 230 on the board. If you look at the batting summary, this is the match summary so far. The Royal Range won the toss. The captain won the toss, wanted to bowl first. And the first over was good. They gave away only 3 runs, but then comes in the mammoth overs, and which eventually kind of made an issue altogether for the Star Cricketers. So let us look at the scorecard. There's Mohsin, who started off with this innings 50 of 26. He set the platform with 7 boundaries and 2 sixes for the Star Cricketers. Then Sarwanan was retired out, kind of getting the runner ball almost, or a target of 133, 16 of 12, the score for him. Then comes in Hamid Ansari, 45 of 22. And then Nayab Chogli, one-sided, one attempt, 101 of 32 deliveries, 6 boundaries, 10 sixes. What an amazing score, what amazing batting performance from this man. And then the other batters just chipped in with ones or twos, whatever they could get. In the bowling there, there's Dhananjay who did get a wicket, but again, he was very expensive in his spell, and a wicket for Shakib Al Hassan, 2 wickets for 27 runs in his 3 overs, and a wicket for Riaz Chelakal. So that's it. We take a short break. Once we're back, it's going to be the action from the Royal Rangers, who needing the 231 to win this match. So there we are back in action here with the run chase from the Royal Rangers. The two batters are out there in the centre. And let us see how the things go about the business for the Royal Rangers. It's a big ask. It's a big score to get. You know, the two batters who are out there, Raf Kamon and Dhananjayan. And with that, Zahid Ansari will come into the attack with the ball in hand. So 2:31 to get. Let's see in this run chase how the Royal Challengers managed to get that score. It's getting hot. With the weather that's gone up in the air, the chance with the fielder in the deep. He will take it as simplest of the catch. And Zahid Ansari gets the wicket, and Afkamon is going to be the man to walk back. It was the simplest of the dismissals that you could see. A slow one there, the batter played that up in the air. The long off was just waiting for the ball to come towards him and grab that with both hands. So not the way to start the Royal Rangers, and Afkamon having to walk back for a golden duck.
थोड़ा वैसा मैं कवर करता हूँ.
So there we have, with that, you know, the new batter walks in. Not the time that he would have wanted to be there, Sibin Babu. Again a slow one. This time Sibin Babu plays it across and set towards the fielder back in the deep. So first runs on the board for the Royal Rangers, and Sibin Babu is off the mark. Was kind of a slow one. So Dhananjayan is now the man on strike. They're just closing in those fielders. That's why the fielder was placed in the right position, because Dhananjayan and found him straight away. The bowler Zahid Ansari wanted him there, find a little bit squarer. They have a man at the deep square leg region. The other fielder is behind, in the circle. Backward square leg. And that's wide. I'll have to bowl that one again. And that's a no ball in fact. So basically I think that pitched outside the pitch completely. So there's a score that hasn't quite come in the over. There's only been a run and a wicket. And now that no ball, giving the additional run and a free hit opportunity to Dhananjayan, who doesn't quite do anything. Just manages... they're almost tired, and Dhananjayan having bowled 4 overs, feeling there the first 16 and then coming out to bat. Slightly surprising, but that's it. The first over is done. It's 2. loss of a wicket. Wanted to go on the onside there, Shivin Babu, but doesn't quite manage to get that. And it's been Shailesh Kumar Yadav who's been given the ball in hand, over number 2 of the innings. Right arm over the wicket is what he comes in for. If he can bowl in the right line and the length, he might have a chance to pick up a wicket. Up in the air over the keeper, but straight towards the fielder, back in the deep, so it's only a single. From the perspective of the star cricketers, they want to pick up those wickets early on. They want to finish this match off against the Royal Rangers. They know that they have a good score on the board, so it's a matter of the 16 overs that they can bowl it out. Doesn't matter if they win with 100 runs to spare, 20 runs to spare. It's about winning this game. Dhananjayan has gone up in the air. That's going to be a 6. So that is what he connects. In the back of length, slightly set it up well, Dhananjayan, and across the line he goes, but with a lot of power, managing to put that one away for a 6. So something for the Royal Rangers to cheer about. It's a great shot altogether, and the keeper would like to have a word with the bowler. They don't need to have those risks. They don't need to give away those deliveries on length or back of length. Just kind of bowl in that fuller delivery or a shorter delivery. If he decides to bowl short, keep it in the line of the body. That's another maximum. 2 max to max 6s here for Dhananjayan after being conceding runs in the first innings. Yeah, that's to another one. This time, even further away. Shailesh Kumar has been hammered for runs. Again, could we see a similar trail? The first over was quiet for both the teams, and the second over onwards, this is where the score came in. But it's going to be even more tougher for the Royal Rangers. Mind you, the batter, the fielders, they were fielding the first 16 overs under the hot sun, and now to come out to bat, having that energy is going to be tough. It's not getting cooler, it's getting hotter with the minutes passing by. It's, as we speak, it's around 40 degrees here, and it's 7:30 in the morning. So you can easily expect it to be 45, 46 in the next 1 or 2 hours, at least in the next 1 hour. The required run rate is pretty high, 15 runs an over if they have to win this game. So they'll have to match that required run rate. Once it goes out of control, then it's tough to pull it back. And that would be another maximum. Oh my goodness, 6 number 3 of the innings, and then of the over itself. So 21 runs is what the Royal Challengers get at the end of the first over. At the end of the second over with losing a wicket. And it's been an expensive over one from Shailesh Kumar Yadav, giving away 19 runs. And hopefully he would be brought in back, to bowl after a couple of overs. There he goes. This time it's another batter who comes in and decides to go the big one. It is Shibin Babu. So are we going to see a game where the Royal Challengers are going to give the fight back equally? Zahid Ansari comes into the attack. He picked up a wicket on the very first delivery of the second innings, but now on the very first delivery he's been hammered for a maximum. So can we see a change in the game? But for the Royal Challengers, it's got to be the runs coming in from both the ends, not just one end, because for the Star Challengers, Star Cricketers, beg your pardon, it was the man Nayab Chogle who got those runs for them, 101 in very few deliveries. So we're going to have someone compensate or get them for the Royal Rangers. He goes against Sibin, but this time could have been taken in the deep. The fielder dropped that catch. Could this turn out to be costly for the Star Cricketers? Again, chasing 231 is never going to be easy for the Royal Rangers. But for the Star Cricketers, it's a matter of those couple of overs, 2 or 3 overs, where they can try and, get the ball right in the slot. If they could and keep the over quiet, the pressure will automatically build on the batters, and then they might be, giving those chances to the fielders there. But they've got to be very careful. Just 2 or 3 overs, try and squeeze them for runs, and the pressure of the required 100 will be mounting on their heads. So we'll have to come back well post that 6. But the very next delivery, he had a chance to get Sibin out. It's good work done by the keeper. He's gone up in the air. The fielder in the deep has a chance, and he takes it. So Dhananjay will have to walk back. Zahir Ansari gets another wicket, and that's wicket number 2 for the Royal Rangers to lose. As I said, it's just a matter of those deliveries, 1 or 2 deliveries there. Those good ones, the batters will have to take the chance for the Royal Rangers, and they will eventually fall out in that process. So wicket number 2 falls to the Royal Rangers, and we will see how they continue to play around in those remaining overs. So one more delivery left to end the over number 3, but 28 on the board for the Royals. So with that, 3 overs have been done. It's 28 for the loss of 2. The new batter walks in, and that's Shakibul Hasan Sumon. It's on the offside. The fielder is out there. And with that, it's going to be a new bowler coming in, Nayab Chogle, who gets that one. You know, first with the bat and now with the ball. Nayab Chogle, a sensation in tennis cricket. That's been taken. A fielder was placed perfectly in the position, and Shakibul doesn't have any, idea about that. He didn't quite know the fielder was there. Well set up by Chogle. And what a field placement. The ball going straight towards that fielder. So 3 wickets down already for the Royal Rangers at the end of the 29 runs. Literally, it was kind of straight. He shuffled across, wanted to play it squarer towards the square leg region, but then found the fielder stationed right in that position. And it was Hamid Ansari who was placed there, and a wonderful take by him. So picking up the 3rd wicket for his side. So Shah Khan was the man who comes into the crease and gets the single straight away, giving the strike to Shubin. Shubin Babu only manages to get a single, quite over this so far from Nayab Chogle. Play and a miss. The Royal Range, the star cricketers will kind of bowl off these overs really quick to finish off from their end. They don't want to drag this match right till the deep. Advance down the track. Misses it completely. Shah Khan. So with that, 4 overs done, 31 for the loss of 3.
बाहर रख सकते ना सब बाहर रख सकते तो फिर आमिर का ऊपर हो आमिर आमिर इधर इधर पत्थर के पास आमिर आमिर पत्थर के पास ओ राइट बाय समोर समोर टाका बॉल
So in for the 4th over, number 4-5. 4 overs have been done. Shibin up in the air. The keeper should go for it. He's in danger. He takes it. The keeper finally manages to hold on to it. And Zaid Ansari gets another wicket here. And Shibin Babu will have to walk back. You know, I think there was 4 attempts by the keeper to take that catch. And he finally holds on to it. So wicket number 4 for the Royal Rangers will lose, and 200 more runs is what's required. That's a big ask looking at the current situation of the Royal Rangers. It's a one-sided game for the star cricketers. Oh my goodness, Zahid Ansari, a wicket every over for him. Some discussions out there in the centre, but I'm telling you, the Royal Rangers are looking to bowl this side out. The star cricketer are looking to bowl this side of Royal Rangers out. Got to keep his cool, Zahid Ansari. Do what he's known best for. So Shino, the captain of the Royal Rangers, is out now on the crease. What can he do? Can he provide for his side? Slow one, he's mixing up his pace really well, Zahid Ansari. And that's the reason why he's managing to, outfox the batters and pick up those wickets. So with that, we are 3 more deliveries away to end that over number 5. That's right, up in the air, the fielder. No, that's a 6. That's above his head. Up and over him, and that is a maximum. So Shah Khan gets the wicket there. It was right there, back of length, slightly short outside off, and Shah Khan lashed onto it. So 6 to finish. Not finish things off, but there's another delivery to go by. Or 2 more, in fact, to go by. Wanting to pick up those wickets, Zahid Ansari. Is that gone? The square leg umpire, that's an appeal. I think the batter was safe. So the appeal been turned down. He appealed really hard, the keeper. I think the batter was out of danger. And the last delivery of the over number 5. So 5 overs done, 38 for the loss of 4. So Hamza now been given the ball in hand. Over number 6 in progress. It's 39 for the loss of 4. Trying to bowl these overs as quickly as possible. Chogle come around it. That's only a small that's available. I think even the star cricketers would want to post, you would say, a big victory over the Royal Rangers. Just that one. That's up in the air though. Only a single, so both the batters, need together to get 18 runs in over, which is really difficult, I would say. 18 runs every over, it means you got to start off with a 6. I was going for that single Shah Khan, wherein there wasn't one, and good work done by Shino to reject that, because otherwise there could have been a good chance for a wicket or run out from either ends. Oh, that's beautifully played up in the air. The fielder will not have no chance. So Shino gets the 6. So what a good way to end that over number 6. It's 48 on the board for the loss of those 4 wickets. That's literally, scooped in, lofted shot and getting that maximum for himself. So he'll enjoy that. 6 overs it is. 48 for the loss of 4. So Chokla to continue. Let's ride up. We'll be safe. Fielders are back in the deep. They're going to go back for the second. Possibly a third. No, they only keep it down to 2. So bowling these overs real quick here. As I said, the star cricketers, 181 more runs required. The required 100 is just jumping up higher because they aren't able to get those runs. They're all challenges. This may be a 6 or a couple of runs won't do it. They have to get 18 runs in over. They go back for the second this time. And they go back even for a third. Chokla not quite happy with the fielder there. It was an awkward throw. Not well. But that's a no ball. So that is a no ball, which means that the free hit will come in. That's up. Fielder underneath it. That's gonna free hit any which way, so it doesn't matter. He's dropped that one. Got the ball inside boundary line, and they only get those 2 runs. So Nothing much coming in. Oh, that's a boundary. Yes, that's a 4. So 58 for the loss of 4. 3 more deliveries left to end the over number 7. Two more to come. Searching for the wicket there, Chogle. Keeps it short. That's a well-directed bouncer. So 7 overs done. 58 for the loss of 4. So with it, we now have Amir Wani who comes into the attack. And there's Shah Khan who's on strike. Keeps it short. Playing a miss. Amir Wani. Bowling that right line, that right lens. There's nothing much happening in the game. We've not seen those 6s and boundaries coming in. Down the leg side, yes, that's wide. Have to bowl that one again. It's getting hotter now with time. This month or two, and then things are going to be settled in Kuwait, and then cricket usually flourishes from October right until March. That's the season, as the weather's supporting and everything else comes around it. People back from vacations. That's played straight towards the fielder. It's only a single that's available.
बॉटल मेरे पास ही तो मेरे को स्टोन का प्रॉब्लम है.
So that's on the onside, and that's going to be in between. So that is runs for the Royal Rangers, and that's going to be one bounce towards the fence. So this is for Shino, who gets that boundary. The runs are coming in, but again the issue is that the number of runs that come in are not enough, because the required run rate now has gone to 20. 165 more to win this game. He came advanced down the track. He missed it all together. So 8 more overs to come. It's 66 for the loss of 4.
सर स्कोर 66 कितना ओवर हुआ 8 ओवर अभी 8 ओवर में कितना चाहिए 8 ओवर ना 8 ओवर में 168 चाहिए 168 का 8 में
So into that over number 9 now of the game, of the second innings. It's a big ask, 165 more to get. So it's not about the runs. It's all about finishing off those 8 overs. And Hamza will continue. Gave away 10 runs in his first over. Hasn't been able to get that wicket, though he's looking for that wickets there. And as you can see, the run rate is simply going up high. That's up in the air. There's a fielder back. I think that's a 6. Yes, that is a beautiful one from the captain, Shino. Straight up over the bowler's head. And from the middle of the bat, it went high up and up and over for a maximum. So they're getting in those 6s, but again, the enthusiasm lacks. Because those 6s are kind of just the fillers now in finishing off the overs, so nothing much would happen. It will only give the personal boost to the confidence of as an individual batter, but as a captain, Shino will not be pleased the way the bowlers have been bowled in those 16 overs. Everyone went for runs. You've got to give it also to the batting side of star cricketers. They have this tall man, Chogle, who's always going to be instrumental, and that's why Saravanan was replaced and asked to retire out, and then Chogle was kind of sent in, and then he did what he does best.
Ball, yeah, nice ball.
So slow one from Hamza, didn't quite read that. Shah Khan.
कीपर डेंजर है अपना.
That's on the onside, and that might be a maximum. Yes, it will be. So that's a beautiful 6 for Shah Khan. And it's 80 runs on the board for the loss of 4 wickets. There's one more delivery left to end that over number 9. So that's it. 9 overs have been done. It's 980 for the loss of 4. That's right up. Shino gets that away and straight towards the fielder, Srinivas, was on the third man region. Wide of him, had to cover a lot of ground to come around it. So Amirwani to continue. 82 for the loss of 4. And once down the track, it doesn't quite manage to get that one away. Shino is wanting to get that one, wanting to get that 6 or a boundary, whatever is feasible. Just to boost up his own morale and the confidence in his batting. This match is pretty much done in the favour of the star cricketers. One bounce towards the fielder. Just a single, that is. Well judged. Didn't quite go for that catch, otherwise, would have been a boundary. In this tennis ball, the moment it bounces, it usually is unable to, you're unable to stop the ball from going away towards the fence. So that's a good one. He knew where the bounce will be and then had to stop it. Again, advancing down the track, up in the air. The fielder would want to come underneath it, and he will come underneath it. So another wicket bites the dust. Shino will have to walk back, and that's wicket number 5 for the Royal Challengers to lose. So Amirwani gets his first wicket, and the star cricketers will celebrate every wicket, every moment from here on. It's a new batter here, and it's going to be Sandeep who comes in. End of the over, number 10, 85 for the loss of 5. So there we have it. It's a new bowler coming in. Shah Khan slashes that hard away. The fielder's going to go for it. And he'll come around it. Only going to be a couple of runs to add. And Ajay Singh has now been given the ball in hand. So all the bowlers have been introduced. Royal challengers. We're going to face new bowlers here. And the star cricketers are wanting everyone to contribute into their victory. The batters have done their job, but the bowlers should also be, having the opportunity to bowl. Since they woke up early morning and I've been here on the ground from 5 o'clock in the morning. So 85 for the loss of 5. Plays it down the ground, should just be a 1. So that's pretty much the situation here because really the sixes have dried up, the runs have dried up, and the way the star cricketers were going about, with entertaining shots, it's been a real fallback from the Royal Rangers. So wonders me to question about the decision to kind of, win the toss and bowl first. But I think that had they batted as well, they wouldn't have been able to add up those runs. But they could have been in a better situation. Because a team that decides to chase is the one that believes in their batting lineup. Because it's never easy chasing a score. If you have a strong bowling lineup, you always want to bat first, because you can defend any score that you put up. So yeah, I think some judgment of error from Royal Rangers, and also the bowlers who then went for runs after seeing that they were being smacked. Honestly, there's one guy who led the show. That's Chogle, Nayab Chogle. Sandeep is trying to be very innovative, but unfortunate for him. 11 overs done, and that's 88 for the loss of 5. So the last 5 overs of the game. So 11 overs done, and Nayab Chogle will continue for his third over. And he's bowling in to Shinu. Shinu actually is already out. I think the umpire would just like to kind of, or the scoring official would just like to have the change there. So Shinu is done. Shah Khan is the man here. Straight towards the man. Just a single. That's up in the air. It's going to be on a bounce. Is it all the way? Let's wait for the umpire. That's a 6. So that is a good one from Sandeep that comes in, the back of length of a delivery from Nayab Chogle, and he has to pay a price for it. He's got to be careful not to give in that length or that line. back of length, always a danger for him to be smashed. So with that, we will have 2 more deliveries to come by to end that over number 12. 95 for the loss of 5. This match is done. The required 100 now is 31. No way that the Royal Rangers are gonna win this match from here on. Even if they must have the best of the batters available. But I think they gave away far too many runs. More runs than they would have even anticipated. So you played it smartly, Sandeep. That's a boundary for sure. There's no one back in that position. And easily plays that one. So with that, it's only a delivery left to end over number 12. And that's a good one. That's 6 from Sandeep again. And with it, it's the end of the over number 206 for the loss of those 5 wickets. What a shot from Sandeep again to Nayab Chogle, managing to add up another couple of runs for him. So 4 more overs left in this game, and let us see how they go about this business. So that's 12 overs to be done. Over number 13 now in progress, and that's going to be Mr. Riggae Singh. 3 runs in his first over, and now those 5 wickets that have gone by for the Royal Rangers. The required 132. Shah Khan goes on the onside. There's a fielder back there in the deep. Shinu is not Shinu, but is Shah Khan, so the changes will be implemented probably once the game is done. But it's Shah Khan and Sandeep, the 2 batters. Sandeep, the left-hander, on strike, and Shah Khan at the non-strike is in. He did get a couple of 6s, Shah Khan, in his innings. He's adding up those runs. Sandeep is being innovative. He tried that on a previous occasion. He was successful, and here again he has been very, very successful. So that is beautifully executed. The execution was the key here. And that's what the umpires were also been telling him. The chucking, I think that's called one for the chucking. One warning. Jayson into his second over of the game. That's the wicket. Tajay comes back strong right in the block hole, and that's wicket number 6 for the Royal Rangers to lose. That was right on the money from Ajay, and it is the end of the innings from Sandeep. He's walking back, Sandeep, and he departs for 16 of those 7 deliveries. So down to the next 3 deliveries of the over. 2 deliveries, in fact. Keeps it straight and stayed away off the mark. You know, the new batter who comes in is Jayson Jimmy. Jayson Jimmy off the mark, stayed away. And Shah Khan to face the last delivery of their over number 13. And then we have 3 overs more to go by. Plays it on the onside. There is a fielder there who slightly has a misfield, but doesn't matter. They will not take that single. So 13 done, 113 for the loss of 6. So there we have Shah Khan walking there on the offside. There's a fielder back there in the deep into that over number 14 of the game. 115 runs are required here. This is impossible, but let's speak about what's happening in the center. Amir Wani has been given the ball in hand. Jayson Jimmy plays it on the on, getting only a single. So the main highlight of the game for both the sides will be Nayab Chogle and his innings of 101. He could have gone on to hit more, but then unfortunately gave that catch on the offside to the keeper. That's gone up, Shak. That is a maximum. What a beautiful shot from Shah Khan. You know, right underneath the bat, it was a length delivery from Amir Wani and had to pay a price. Literally up and over the bowler said the safest place for any batter to go. That was a poor one and had to pay a price because Shah Khan, you know, played that in the vacant region, just helping it along its way. And Amir Wani, disastrous 2 deliveries there. And with that, the score is 127 for the loss of 6. So 6 and a boundary.
14. 14. 14. 1-4.
So there's over number 15, and that's going to be given to Zayed Ansari, who picked up, was among the wickets. That's from Jimmy on the onside, and that's going to be a maximum. He shuffled across, on the off slightly, Jayson Jimmy, and got the angle and put it across the line, up and over for a maximum. So with that, the situation here, for the Royal Rangers, it's all about the experience of the batters for the tournaments, or for the matches and the tournaments. Slow one again from Zayed Ansari. He wants to pick up the wickets. Want to get this 4th wicket. He already has 3. The last over of his spell. He's mixing up his pace really well. Sometimes he bowls in the quicker ones right in the length. Sometimes the slower ones. Sometimes back of length. Surprising the batters right throughout. Can he get this 4th wicket? Again a slow one. This time on the offside. That's up in the air. All the fielders are back in the deep, so there's no chance of that catch being taken unless someone sprints like Hussain Bolt and tries to go with that dive. Otherwise there's no way to kind of get that. So Shah Khan once again back on strike. Advances down the track and plays it straight towards the man. The fielder there, just a single. I think that's going to be that 6 or a boundary. Let's wait for the umpire's confirmation. He shuffled across, just held along. Hey, they won't mind even if it's a 6 or a 4. It's just that they won this match already. And still undecided about that. I think that was a 6, yes, and that's been given as a 6. So the last one from Zayed Ansari. Can he pick up that wicket? He doesn't. He will stop the ball, but they'll still get that single. So with that, we're down to the last over of the game. That's right, up in the air this time around. There's no fielder back, and he will stop it. Looks like he did. So with it, 146 for the loss of the 6 wickets. So only 5 more deliveries remaining. So it was a boundary. I think the fielder caught it behind the boundary line. That's an appeal at square leg. It's not been given. It is Mohammad Hasnain who comes into the attack. The outside edge. Sharwanan back in the deep. Very well done to come around it. Only a single. Very well done. He was quick onto that one. Only a 1. Looking to take the second, but that's nothing more than a single that's available. So what a game, truly, I would say, for the star cricketers. All the way through they have, rightfully been the champion, the better side between the two, especially with the batting performance and also with the bowlers for the star cricketers. They have done truly well and they deserve to be the victorious side. Very disciplined, except some occasions that they bowled in those off lines where the batters of Royal Rangers could manage to get the 6 and 4, but all the other time they were really good in bowling in those deliveries. Down the leg side, that is going to run away towards the boundary region. So 5 wides. This is just prolonging their victory celebration. Just 2 legal deliveries. Got to keep it straight. Got to keep it good instead of bowling it down the leg side. Full toss. Ajay is going for it. Also, the other fielder, he takes it. Both the fielders were converging, but Ajay gave up in the end. And that is a wonderful take. So, with that, another wicket bites down. And it's just the last delivery that is remaining in the game. Yeah, wonderfully taken. So the last delivery of the game, it's going to be up in the air. Is it going to be a chance? No other fielder messing it up. That's one bound, doesn't matter. The star cricketers have won this match handsomely there. The way they started off, in the finals. And one guy, Chogle, beg your pardon, was the man to celebrate. And he will celebrate here alongside his team because the Royal Rangers fell by 72 runs. They couldn't quite get there. And a wonderful victory for the star cricketers. So the whole match summary, if we can kind of summarize it, it was the captain of the Royal Rangers who kind of wanted to bowl first. He won the toss and then asked the star cricketers to bat. Mohsin started off with the attack, 50 or 26, then Ahmed Ansari 45, and then Nayab Chogle 101 32 with 6 boundaries and 10 sixes. Wonderful innings from him. And the bowling, the Dhananjay pick up those 3 wickets. But it was very expensive. Those 4 overs, and Shakib bowled 2 wickets for 27. When it came down to chase, Royal Rangers struggled. The very first delivery there, the wicket of come on for a golden duck. But Dhananjay did try some effort, 18 of 12. And there's no one else except Shah Khan, 24 of 21. And then Shinu, 47 of 33. Were the only ones to pack up those runs. So Sandeep is 20, Jayson Jimmy is 27 of those 13 deliveries. So that is going to be the end of this game here. And don't kind of leave us. This is just me signing off, but the presentation ceremony will continue, and we'll catch you up in a short span of time.
Guys, come, please.
So good morning everyone. Here we come to the conclusion of the Star Cricket Championship season 15, which was the final was held between Star Cricketers and Royal Rangers. And the winners of today's match was Star Cricketers, which emerged with a good play of batting performance and bowling all-round performance. But you guys also has performed very well. But it's a part of the game to win or to lose. It was a very exciting final. So here we go with the presentation ceremony. Starting. Come on, claps. We will start the presentation ceremony now. It will go. For the finals, today the star of the match, the man of the match award goes to Nayab Chowgle with a brilliant performance of 101 runs and a wicket and a catch.
Well played, Nayab. Well played, yeah. Good playing, Nayab. Okay. Now we'll start with the top 5 batsmen of the season. Just a minute. Sorry, एकदम tired हो गया यार.
एक विकेट मिस हो गई बोलते.
हाँ. नहीं साहब बैटिंग करने के लिए मैटर ट्रॉफी भी है बाद में. हाँ. ग्रुप बी ये है ग्रुप बी 1 2 3 4 5. तो पावर इंडियन डेल्टा इंडियन एवेंजर्स ब्लैक पैंथर कोई भी नहीं है बट अनाउंस कर देंगे. ओके ऑन ना. ओके आई वांट टू अनाउंस गाइस I want to announce top 5 batsmen of the season 15 group B. On number 5th position is Mohammad Umar from Power Hitters, not available. Anybody? Mohammad Alam, guys, clap please. Mohammad Alam from India Avengers on 4th position. Jamshir from Delta CC on 3rd position. And sorry, it's bowler. Top 5 bowlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On number 5, Mohammad Umar from Power Hitters. Mohammad Alam from Indian Avengers. Number 3, Jamshir from Delta CC. Number 2 is Mihir Kumar from Indian Avengers. And number 1 is Rohan Sardana from Black Panthers with 23 wickets. So none of the best bowlers are available here today to receive the trophy, but we congratulate them. No, last time in afternoon tournament happened.
No top batsman, no top bowler, but in the finals.
Here the series taking. Okay, now I want to announce top 5 batsmen of the series. On number 5th position is Sajid Ali from Indian Avengers. Morvin Dsouza from Black Panthers. Asghar Abbas from Black Panthers. Ajay Kumar from Black Panthers. And Kiran George Dream Warriors. Again, none of the batsmen are available to collect the trophies. And now, player of the series goes to Jamshir from Delta CC, player of the series, but not available. Okay, clap for Jamshir. Well played.
Runner-ups.
Okay, now we'll start with runner-up and winner to conclude the presentation. Okay.
कौन दे रहा है? कौन दे रहा है? Now we will be starting the presentation ceremony with the runner-up. All the runner-up team, they come with the for the medals first, and captain should come in the last to lift the trophy. Okay? इधर आ जाओ. Captain in the last. इधर जाओ, पीछे से आओ. Come on, claps, guys. Come on. Chalo, captain, lift the trophy. Wow. Professional है. हो देगा, पूरा देगा. हो जान दो, ट्रॉफी ले लो. कैप्टन ट्रॉफी. स्टिकर लगा है ना? स्टिकर लगाएगा वो पूरा उनको. टीम चलो अपन बाजू हट जाओ. लो टीम फोटो ले लें दो.
देखो ना बॉलर में ना बैट्समैन में दो साइड में
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. दया को भेजना पड़ेगा पता लगाने.
गोल्डन स्टिकर क्या डब्बे में नहीं है? अरे उसका गोल्डन स्टिकर ट्रॉफी का यार.
बड़ी ट्रॉफी का बॉक्स लाई नहीं थे, खाली ट्रॉफी निकाले.
बप्पी के पास रख के बोलता नहीं गाड़ी में रहेगा.
ये छोटी ट्रॉफी का बॉक्स है. वो बड़ी ट्रॉफी खाली ऐसी उठा के ला तुम. बड़ी ट्रॉफी बॉक्स में कहाँ है? चलो हो गया. आ जाओ. अब कौन देना है? किसको देने लगा रहे?
कमेंटेटर गया क्या? कौन देगा? नईम है ना. नईम आजा, तू जा हमारे पास.
Now here we are for the distribution of the medals for the winners. Please clap your hands for the winners. इधर नहीं, इधर आ जाओ. मेडल ही देना है ना. इधर से मेडल दो पूरे. बाद में जाहिद को दो. इधर आ जाओ. सुनील इधर आ जाओ. बोलिए. Now we are here to invite the winner team to collect the medals, starting from their place. Then the captain will come in the last. Now it's Bapi Russell. This is Hamid. Was junior little master Sarvana. चलो चलो चलो. बाद में फोटो, बाद में इंडिविजुअल फोटोज, बाद में. सरवना व जूनियर लिटिल मास्टर. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. आमिर वानी. शाहिद अंसारी. अजय सिंह. जल्दी. नेक्स्ट इज अजय सिंह. जाओ मिडिल लो, निकलो. Sarvana, later photos will take. Then Ajay Singh, Mohsin, Sailesh Kumar Yadav, शैलेश कुमार यादव, हसनैन, मोहम्मद हसनैन, नायब चौगले, चलो नेक्स्ट इज अल्ताफ, अल्ताफ के बाद हमजा, हमजा के बाद है यासीन, मोहम्मद यासीन,
जाओ जाओ जाओ, उसका चाहिए ना?
नहीं चाहिए,
अरे ले लो।
नेक्स्ट नाउ द कैप्टन जाहिद अंसारी, तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए। कांग्रेचुलेशंस कैप्टन, स्टार क्रिकेटर्स। कब दो ट्रॉफी दो, हाँ तुम ही दो।
चलो भाई चलो, सब लोग आ रहे हैं ना?
क्या बताओ ये टोपी वाला बहुत परेशान कर रहा है। हाँ ये अच्छा है।
बैठ जाओ तो चल,
तीन लोग बैठ जाओ
ना,
क्लोज आओ, और भी क्लोज आओ, जवान बच्चे बैठ जाओ, और भी क्लोज आओ।
ये चिल्ला वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग, ये वो लो भाई, फटाफट फोटो लेना, इसको ले लो।